5-ish.
Yeah, thank you.
So I hope you read the thing that Ernie and I wrote about the Vietnam Solidarity Campaign, and also the thing that Ian Birchall wrote about the response of the left to the Vietnam War in Britain and the Algerian War in France. It covers lots of the same area, and they'll give you a broader picture. But my basic thesis is that the movement that led up to and was funneled by the Vietnam Solidarity Campaign in the late 1960s transformed the British left. And it certainly transformed the revolutionary left, and it put the revolutionary left in a whole new situation, so that, for example, which has persisted despite all the defeats and setbacks in a certain way. So, for example, during the Iraq War, the key leadership of the Stop the War coalition was people from the British Socialist Workers' Party. And however much you like or dislike Trotskyist or semi-Trotskyist organisations, their influence has persisted. And in some areas, like the area where I live in North London, the left, well, momentum we'll see. But the left is really the SWP and the Socialist Party. And if you look at the beginning of the 1960s, the left was dominated by the Communist Party. When I joined the YCL in 1962, the Communist Party had about 34,000 members. Unbelievable today. But the dominant organisation of the far left, if you want, the revolutionary left, was the Jerry Healey's Socialist Labour League. And both of these organisations stayed outside the Vietnam Solidarity campaign process. But in my opinion, the key thing which broke the situation as far as the left was concerned in the late 50s and the early 60s was the campaign for nuclear disarmament. Because the thing about the campaign for nuclear disarmament was that it broke with the Cold War consensus. It was anti-NATO. And this was something the British bourgeoisie could not accept, and went right into the Labour Party when in 1960 the Labour Party voted for unilateral nuclear disarmament. It fed into things like the Committee of 100 and radical confrontations with the police. Even if on a pacifist basis, you saw the violence of the police against the sit-down demonstrators. Things like the Spies for Peace episode exposing the regional seats of government, but also the visit, I think it was 63, of Queen Frederica of Greece, and the campaign over a week to try and get to Buckingham Palace, involving lots of members, incidentally, of the Young Communist League for reasons I can't go into now, which also showed people the violence of the police. And the thing about it was that the Communist Party had organised the British Council for Peace in Vietnam. This is all in Ernest's book. I really recommend you buy this volume of Ernest's book. It's a really detailed history of the British left at that time. But the thing about it, the new left, the old new left, and the new left, and it's kind of ambiguous because there's been lots of crossovers between them, and the division is overdone. But they had failed in one way. It was a tremendous success in another way. Sorry, I defend the record of New Left Review in importing continental Marxisms, denounced by E.P. Thompson for doing so. But it was an absolutely essential process, but they failed to build any kind of political organisation. And out of the Vietnam Solidarity Campaign, the IMG and the IS, later Socialist Workers' Party, was consolidated because for the first time, organisations of the revolutionary left, mainly the IMG and the IS, what became the SWP, were the leadership of a mass campaign. And this was the thing which people... Ernie was too modest. Ernie was one of the key organisers of the tribunal and one of the 2 or 3 central organisers of the Vietnam Solidarity Campaign. And what that did is completely marginalised the Healeyites. The Healeyites were dead from then on, and just a little to say. And the Communist Party, for the first time, and persistently from then on, had opponents, well-organised opponents, on the revolutionary left, which later became organisations like the SWP. In a certain way, the militant, now Socialist Party and the IMG, and a series of others. And this was a transformative experience, and I'm really sorry I don't have more time to speak about it, but I recommend once again you read it in detail in Ernest Tate.
With